Hello. Do you know what New York is famous for? Um, of course, New York is very famous, and I'm sure you know lots of things. Off the top of my head, I can think of New York, the stock exchange, where the world economy is really based in New York on Wall Street. Other things, Broadway, where the um, musicals and things are done. Um, those are the first two things that I think of when I think of New York. It's a TV center of America. If the movie center of America is Los Angeles, LA, then the TV is New York. Maybe that's becoming old-fashioned these days. I don't watch much TV. But it's a business center and a cultural center. Also, I think of skyscrapers, Central Park, and of course, the Statue of Liberty. Really, when you think about it, New York is the center of American global power, I think, even more so than Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is the political capital of America, but I think New York is the business capital of the world. So, I mean, these days, yeah, of course, Tokyo is a bigger city than New York, and maybe there are more powerful, newer places like Beijing or Shanghai, maybe Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, um, maybe some Middle Eastern cities like Dubai. But still, New York carries that kind of cultural impact. And I think it's one of the kinds of places that everybody should visit at least once in their life. London, New York, Paris, and yeah, sure, Tokyo. Okay, so here are suggestions, 9 suggestions for things to do if you find that you have 24 hours in New York. You can go through these suggestions. I'm sure you've heard of these, like Central Park, a New York deli, delicatessen is, um, what do we call it? Ethnic food. Delicatessen, I think, is German, means essen is eat. Delicatessen. I'm not sure the exact meaning, but like a little cafe with different kinds of food. These are very popular in New York. I've been to New York twice, 3 times in my life as a young man. And I remember eating hot dogs on the street. That's a tradition. And of course, pizza, because there's lots of Italian immigrants to New York traditionally. So New Yorkers will tell you they have the best kind of pizza. Chicago people will tell you theirs is better, but it's two places with a lot of Italian Americans. So anyway, the other things to do in New York, of course, are well, of course, to see the sights like Statue of Liberty, but also the museums. I think it's called the Met, the Metropolitan Museum, has the traditional American art, and is it MoMA Museum of Modern Art. Um, Not my cup of tea, but some people like that. So there's plenty to see and do. There's also Chinatown, so telling the history of America, really. There are different neighborhoods from different locations where Americans come from all around the world. I don't think there's a Japantown in New York. There used to be in San Francisco. But anyway. So yeah, so if you read through these suggestions, there are 9 suggestions, see what you think. Um, and yeah, there's 3 questions. Number 1, which of these suggestions appeals to you? Number 2, how does New York compare to other world cities? These days, it's maybe changed. The rest of the world has caught up with America, maybe. And number 3, is 24 hours enough to experience a city like New York or Tokyo? 24 hours is probably more than enough to experience where I live, Biko, but maybe not. I don't know. How long do you need to stay in a place to get to know it? Have a think about these questions, and I will we will consider these questions. Okay. Okay. See you next time. Thank you very much.